Kels, talk to me a little bit about separation anxiety, because you've touched on this.
Yeah, I've touched on it before. It's my little Bodhi. Aurelia doesn't really have the separation anxiety, but I think Bodhi had such a traumatic time within me, coming out of me, then into the world that he was like thrusted upon. He really... Also, I think reflecting, he was my comfort blanket. So when I had him and Tom was ill, I probably didn't do him any favours because I kept him with me all the time.
Yeah.
He didn't leave my side. He was with me 24/7. And that was also in the bedroom. Like, he was my little friend at night that used to get me up and I used to be like, oh. And then when Tom died, obviously I had space in my bed. So I let him come into the bed with me.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, a lot of people talk about the co-sleeping.
Yeah.
For me, I love it, but I don't think it does him any favours because then he's even more obsessed with me. So then when it goes to taking him to school, he's always been the tearful one that cries when drop off. And when he's had to do other activities like swimming and anything that doesn't involve me, he said to me, because they've started the new school, he said, I do like the other school better, Mum, he said, because you used to walk me in and take me into the classroom. Whereas this one, I drop him at the gate and I'm like, bye.
Do you feel like you treated him differently then? Because obviously it was when Tom was very poorly and then obviously died, didn't he? And do you feel like you clung on to Birdie a little bit?
He was my comfort blanket. I guess I probably had the separation anxiety with him. I didn't want to be separated from him. And also I felt like I had a point to prove, to be like, I can cope with everything. I'm really strong. I can bring my child up and I can go through everything else I'm going through.
Yeah.
But, you know, even when we just went on holiday, he slept with me for 3 weeks in the bed with me.
Yeah.
So then when we've got home from holiday, he then wants to be back in bed with me. So I feel like I'm back to the newborn stage because he must get up about 3-4 times in the night and I walk him back to the bed. So this week I've introduced a star chart. So if he can do 7 nights in his own bed, there will be a reward at the end of it. I think I've spoken about this before. Those that are new to the pod, they wouldn't have heard me talking about this because this is an ongoing thing. We go through stages. So we do really well, then he's back in my bed. We do really well, he's back into my bed.
Do you feel like you do really well and then if something changes, he comes back to your bed? Yeah, like if there's a little bit of like unsettled.
Yeah, and just that of having me on holiday, he had me all to himself. Yeah. Aurelia was in a bed far away, so he felt like, and I just think boys are so different to girls.
Oh, they love a snuggle with their mummies.
They are like, he's such a mummy lover. So he felt like he had me. And now we've come home and he's like, what is this?
It's hard, isn't it? Because like you want those moments, like, and then you make a rod for your own back. Because I was similar. So when me and Cooper went on that little trip to Cornwall, like, me and Cooper have never co-slept. Neither of us like it. Like, we both like our own space. Totally cool with that. Like, I've just never been one for co-sleeping. Apart from obviously Danny shares a bed with me. Oh my God. World exclusive. Yeah. Georgia and Danny have separate beds. No, but when we were in Cornwall, I was like, do you want to snuggle in bed with Mummy for a little bit? And he was so excited by it and he loved it. And then we went camping and he shared a bed with me then. And he thought the novelty of it for him, he was like, thought it was brilliant. Since holidays and camping, he now wants me to get into bed with him all the time. Yeah. I'm like, oh no. But at the same time, I do quite like it. I like having that moment. And I've become really emotional recently with Cooper. I think because I can really see him growing up. I've seen his little face change. He's got tall.
Yeah, they start like filling out and growing into their
like... it's like they stretch and then like broaden. Like, I'm like, what are those shoulders about? He's got little hairy legs.
Oh, stop.
And I'm like, oh my God, you like, not yet, slow down. And it's so funny because when people say to you, oh, you've got to appreciate those moments because it all goes so fast. When you're in those moments, you're like, oh, like, go away. But then it's not going fast. Like I am appreciating the moments. And now, like, I've really, since him going into school, like, you know, a few weeks ago, I have seen such a difference. And, you know, I think I did a post about it ages ago and it was like, you never know when the last time you pick them up is going to be. I'm starting to feel like it's going to be, we're getting close because he's too heavy. I can't.
Oh, actually,
Too heavy.
Yeah.
There is going to come a point soon where my back is not going to survive picking him up.
I feel like I'm not going to have that with Bodhi. He'll probably be like 15
Little
and
one.
I'm still picking him up because he is just so tiny.
Oh, is he?
He's
I mean,
so-
I'm going to try for as long as I can, but like, I'm starting to notice these
Well, even when I
moments.
saw you at the Kids Bop concert, he's
Yeah.
got so grown up and
Yeah.
he was big and you was like cuddling him and whatever. And I thought, oh, yeah, she's not got long left, really.
No. And they start doing things like, he started rolling his eyes at me. I'm like, I'm sorry, teenager. And like, there has been times where I have said something or done something and I'm fully aware that I'm not cool. Or that he doesn't think I'm cool. I'm like, oh my God, you don't think I'm cool anymore.
Yeah, you've got more of that to come, George.
Oh, it's breaking my heart though.
Because when they're little babies, they literally think you're the best thing.
Yeah. And it's just changing. 6.5, it is just starting to change.
Do you know who I don't think is going to be able to cope? Danny.
Yeah, but I think Danny's always going to be cool. He's a rock star.
He's not.
Like,
He's gonna.
I'm not.
He's gonna still hate him at some point,
Do you
and
think
I don't
so?
think Danny would be able to cope.
I think Danny's going to have the coolness for a bit longer.
Maybe a little bit longer than
Yeah, I do. Ugh, why does it all fall on the mum?
you. It does. It
We
all
grow
falls on
them.
the mum. I
We
know.
grow them and birth them, and then we're the ones that aren't as fun or cool. So, like, stop it, children. Don't like it.